Welcome to another video on CyberCPR. In this video, we're going to look at adding an incident. We're going to add some users to that incident, and then we're going to give one of them a task to investigate some aspect of the incident. So first of all, I'll log in. Upon logging in, you'll see this is my landing page. Here I have a series of dashboards. These dashboards are configurable. The user can drag them around, drop them where he wants, and even delete them. If you don't like the ones we have provided by default, you can delete them, and if you delete them all and hit refresh, you can get them all back again. Now let's add an incident. Here we click on the Instance tab and click Add Incident. Now we'll add an incident. You'll see we have currently no active incidents, and if we did, they would be organized by high, medium, and low priority. So we click Add Incident, and we give our incident a title. We fill in the description box and pick an incident type. These incident types are configurable by the end user. The application administrator can choose different incident types, and you can make this particular to your industry. We've included some generic ones by default. I simply scroll down the box, click the one I want, and it's added. You'll notice you can add more than one incident type. This is because very often an incident will include things like email, PII, PCI, and be internet facing. So why be restricted to just one incident type? So now I have my incident. It's categorized as high and therefore indicated as red. It's currently active. I click into the bar and I'll now be inside my incident. Here again I have some more incident-specific dashboard readouts. At the moment, as the incident has just started, there's not enough data to produce any charts. You'll see how the high-level information is also displayed to everybody who lands in the incident. If I want to change any aspect of the initial description of my incident, I can do so here. Here I'm correcting a small typo. You can see the Entities tab, where we would list all of the systems, machines, networks, domains associated with this incident. Any evidence that we have associated with any entities would also be listed here under Entities. Now here I'm going to open up the notes. The notes are a way of recording notes. However, this is the initial one, so I'm going to call it Initial Information. Notice how I can also attach a file to the note if I have an initial report or a photograph or some other piece of evidence. Be careful, however, because notes cannot be edited. Once I'm happy, I click Add Note. And now I have my note information. Notice how I click on the left to see my information on the right. If I want to, I can promote a note to being a keynote. This is a dynamic way of showing others which is the most important information. As the incident continues, keynotes will be promoted or demoted as the latest information changes.
You'll notice there's no tasks currently listed because we haven't added one yet. We'll also notice on the Incident Documents tab, this is where you upload incident-wide documents like legal or policy statements that relate to the overall incident. Finally, you notice there's no chat. We're going to come and add both chat and tasks very shortly.
You'll see now I also have a log. The log shows me the key aspects of what has happened on this incident, when users are added or removed. Finally, let's look at adding some users, because this incident's going to be a bit of a party, and I need some other people to help me. I simply look at the Incident tab, drop down to the users I want, and click Add. Notice how my name is in red and their name is in blue. That is because I am the manager, and all managers are indicated in the User tab as being red. All regular users, incident users, are indicated as blue. To edit a user's permissions, simply click to the right on the Edit button associated with their name. This will bring up the simplified permissions. Clicking the Advanced Perms button will show you the advanced permissions associated with that user. To change somebody's permissions, you simply change the radio button. However, notice you will need your password. Here, I'm changing George Fraser's account from being a user to that of an administrator. Notice how once complete, his name is also read. So let's go and add an entity. Here I go into my Entities tab and click Add. Again, I complete the information with an entity name. This is probably best used to record the CMDB or the name or host name that all users refer to the system. I can also add a description. A nice ability here is to be able to add a time as to when we suspect the machine was compromised. This will allow us to draw a basic timeline as to how the attacker progressed through the network. Again, I can add a different category to the machine. Here, since it's a server, I'm putting it down as a server. I can then choose the operating system and the version of the operating system. This is dynamic. This is using our tagging mechanism. If multiple users, however, end up adding in similar tags like Windows 10 or Win10, the application manager can merge these tags. This gives users the freedom without destroying your metadata values. Once it's complete, I hit Add. Now you can see I have a red entity. This means it's very important to my incident. Notice that entities can be different priorities over the overall incident. This is because you might have a high priority asset involved in an incident that may itself only be low priority. Next, I'm going to add a task. I'm going to ask Andy to help me out and have a look at this server. I click Tasks, I click Add. Then I select the start and end date. Notice how a task cannot start in the past. There's no backward tasking here. I select the person I want, in this case Andy Fish, and I give the task a title. Again, I can give it a simplified priority. We don't go into much granularity in priorities. Low, medium and high is usually enough for most people. And then I hit Add. And you can see we now have a task that's been added.
Now I'm going to leave a message for Andy. I'm using the chat. The chat in CPR, and improving over the previous version, pops out into a separate window. This allows you to have multiple chats on multiple incidents running concurrently. The chats are indexed and they're permanent, which means everybody who has access to the incident can see previous chat messages, making it a great place to store information that's not quite up to update status. So there we have a message that Andy will get next time he logs in on the chat system.
There you have it. We've added an incident, we've added an entity, added some staff to the incident, and added a task to one of those members of staff. You can see now how some of the charts have changed as new pieces of information have been added to the incident. So with that, I'm going to log off, and in the next video we'll see how Andy ends up working on the incident.